Hello, my name is Patrick O'Brien and I'm here in Kylemore where we produce natural electricity from the sun. We study nature, and something that I'm just doing right now to show people what we do here at Kylemore, to explain a way of life and a balance between nature and humans. Now, here is something that is just doing at the moment for a test. Here we have a fly, and you say, what got a fly you got to do with nature? This is a fridge, and we have frozen a fly just to do a test. Here is the fly, and the fly is rather quiet. She don't move around very much. She just stays very still because we chilled the fly. Here is some bluestone that I've mixed in through it, and she's in a box and she's very confined for oxygen, but the fly is very quiet, and the fly is part of our genetic gene, the parasites that we carry from when we were born till we die. And here it is, a little taste of nature. Nature is saying that this is this fly, and if we call down this fly, take our northern hemisphere, put her in the ice caps, we can freeze ourselves and she don't become a radical. Now, as you watch it, she's now out of the heat, the cold, and now she's starting to move slowly. Now, I'm going to heat her up another little bit with a heater and heat the box and give her another little bit of heat. Let's get the heat up to that. And it's going to get a bit of heat with a heater. Now she's on. There she's on. There she's on. Now, that's coming around. Now we pull out the heater. Now take her out to the light, and there is she bouncing. Now, there she is bouncing all over the place. Now, the moral of the story is this: that in the ice caps in the northern hemisphere, where nature, it's doing its job for billions of years, when I freeze that fly, I can slow down molecules, parasites that can be on the planet that caused a lot of ailments to humans. Now, by me taking you to northern hemisphere, I can slow down that metabolism inside of you by freezing, bringing cold cells around you, and I can freeze the parasites around your body, and sicknesses and ailments. You could actually survive and grow a lot more. But today is the reason. If you look at the ice caps melting, they have to be more parasites and more stuff melting into the oceans. We have more sickness. You think we don't have more sickness. We do. We are kept alive by drugs today. If we hadn't got medication and drugs and doctors, we wouldn't be living any more longer than our ancestral people. We are kept alive by drugs and doctors. Now, is that the natural way? That for you, for the person that's listening to understand. This is just a little sample of showing that we all carry these parasites in our bodies. These are activated by a certain amount of heat. And again, here at Kylemore, we plant a lot of trees and we produce our electricity from solar panels. We try to get a balance between living in a natural environment without taking medication and without going to the doctor as many times. We have found it to be working quite well. When you sow a lot of trees, you will find animals. When animals, we have donkeys and horses here, and the donkeys and horses don't like flies and buzzards because they irritate them. The horse and the donkey always go in under the shade, under the tree, and they get contentment. So trees can be a big help to our environment with parasites and the control of parasites. Now, there's something else here. If you look at, I have a book here. It's Science Encyclopedia. It's quite an interesting book as well. It tells you everything about what goes on the earth. The pyramids, everything down to molecules. Just something that's quite interesting in this paragraph. If you actually see it, there is the molecules bouncing around in heat. Now here is the molecules cooler, and they're starting to spread away from one another and slow down. Here they are very cold and they're quite dormant. Now if you actually see the first one there, they're bouncing around like that fly. She's still actually bouncing around. Now here it is. This is part of our culture that we don't quite understand, but nature understands it. This is what we do here at Kylemore. We sit down and study, but we live a way of life with the trees, with solar panels, with food, and trying to see how our body adapts to a way of life. Now, to me, this has been always been an interesting learning curve for me, because my health was always an issue. It wasn't so much the last time that I had health problems was a good few years ago. Since I have lived this way of life, my health has changed. We're living in a fast lane now today, and we don't want to understand our body, but our body is calling out constantly for help. But we are too busy making money. We are too busy not listening to our body because we have a doctor that can heal it. That's quite all right, but you are not working with yourself. You are not living with your own selves once you start tampering with medication, because now you are supporting your body with something else. And when you are born into this world, you are born with a more natural body, and due to your living here on earth has quite changed it. What I'm saying, not saying that we don't need doctors, what I'm saying is that you can help an awful lot by changing your way. Like this fly, we can cool down this fly and calm her down by adding more cold. Now, another thing, I did a bit of a test. Some people, the hands, right? My hands are my workable hands. I refrigerated my hands and cooled my hands down because I was doing a test on food, and sometimes things happen. I cooled down my hands in the fridge, and I had a change in the whole load of and a lot of my body. Is like my body calmed down. So again, it is a great interesting piece showing that people can go to Northern Hemisphere and go Southern Hemisphere. It's like this fly. This is Patrick O'Brien here again at Kylemore Research, taking a look at science, taking a look at a natural way of living here at Kylemore, the natural way. producing electricity in the natural way, running electric vehicles. Our website is www.kylemore.naturalenergy.com, and my name is Patrick. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.